J. Oh, see. The afternoon is here, yo. Sit back, crack open that Raz Energy drink, REEPenergy.com. We got Mike LeBlanc, Michael Buckheister, Mike Stotts. Normally stupid. But today, we always got to ask you one simple question.
Are you ready for it?
And what is up, guys? Michael Buckheiser here with Just for Clicks with my man Mike LeBlanc, coming at you here on the noon edition at RTSSportsNetwork.com. But first things first, Mike, how was your day? How was your evening? How was your week going, man?
Man, I had a really good day. I got, like we were talking pre-show, teaching my daughter how to be an entrepreneur, teach the hard way. But yeah, man, it's been a pretty good day. Kind of a shit week, but we'll get into that when we get to Mike's thoughts.
Yeah. So speaking of the shit week, I'm on cloud nine because I'm getting ready to be on vacation. So if you guys are listening to us here on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, RTF Sports Network like page, we'll come back at you guys Monday night. So enjoy some replays on the RTF Sports Network for the rest of the week. I'm going to try to take some time with my family, enjoy it, and whatnot. So if you guys are new here, be sure to like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Share this on Facebook. If you want to miss any part of the show whatsoever, jump over to iTunes as well. Check us out on iTunes. Subscribe to that and leave a ranking. But first thing is first, we got to start with the most important topic of the day, and that is.
And now, Mike's thoughts.
What's up, guys? So I know you are looking forward to Mike's thoughts because I sometimes have some crazy thoughts, but today is a little different. Something that happened in our country that, as an American, I am disgusted, and I am in total utter shock. So this is not going to be a rah-rah Mike's Mind or anything like that. But there was a police officer in Minneapolis, who decided to be the judge, the jury, and the executioner on a man for writing a hot check. I get it. He broke the law. But the man did not deserve to lose his life. The cop was standing over him with his knee on his neck, while this man is pleading for his life, that he can't breathe. He needed some water. He couldn't breathe. And this police officer still had his knee on this man's neck with his damn hand in his pocket. I am embarrassed to be an American. I am embarrassed for the freedoms and the protection that I fought for our country when I served in the military. This is not what I fought for. It's a total injustice. I don't understand why both of these police officers, the white guy and the Asian guy, I do not understand why they are not in jail right now and being charged with murder. It is absolutely sickening. How I can't even anymore. I watched that with tears in my eyes. Everybody that watched that video witnessed an innocent man getting murdered. That's on my mind. I hope it is on all of yours. And all of us as a people, not as a race, not white, not black, not Asian, not Mexican. We as a people cannot let this pass. And we need to speak up. We need to be his voice. Justice has to get served. That's what's on my mind tonight.
And from one white man to another white man, Mike, we will never understand what it's like to be black whatsoever. And like, I couldn't agree more with you. I was trying to not to watch the video, to be totally honest, because I heard and seen such horrible things of that video. But while I took my dog to the vet this afternoon, I was strolling through Twitter, and I saw it, and it just, I couldn't help to not watch it. Like, in the end, it was kind of just like, this cannot be true. This cannot be right. But I agree with everything that you said, and I couldn't agree more to what you said. So let's go ahead and try to lighten the mood here a little bit. But of course, Mike, we are going to start with the Shirasa, as always here, as I try to work with things here. Not going to work. But so you got the first Shirasa of the show. So go ahead and lay it on us.
So, and I'm going to continue with what was on Mike's mind. I don't know what it's like to be a black man in America these days. I can't even imagine. The only thing I think I can compare it to is a soldier in Afghanistan or Iraq, right? I understand about that. But man, to be a black man in America has to be the hardest thing. We recently just had 2 police officers that got convicted of murder, but how many have just been fired or been put on administrative leave or been put on suspension with pay? When is enough enough? It has to be enough, and it has to stop. It has to stop.
Yeah, you are 100% correct. I am going to go sports related on my Shirata here, trying to lighten the mood up, lighten the mood up here a little bit. And we are not the 4th best show on the RTF network there, Mike.
We're number 1, son.
We are the best show on RTF network. We are still working at our kinks a little bit. You guys better damn sure watch out once the kinks are worked out with Mike and Mike. But my Shirata is Damian Lillard and the Portland Trail Blazers. Actually, it is with the NBA as a whole. As you guys know, the NBA says they're going to come out, I believe it was June 23rd, and start this March Madness type of basketball tournament type of thing. And pro players are saying, hey, if my team doesn't have a chance to make the playoffs, why the hell should I play a game? And I could not agree more with you whatsoever.
What's the point?
Why do you want to risk rupturing an Achilles heel? We've seen 2 big stars rupture Achilles heels in the last couple seasons. Damian Lillard, you could be next. You are smart for sitting out the season. You have a big deal heading your way, even bigger deal. One of the rising stars in the NBA right now, and do it. I don't care. I mean, the NBA is pretty much trash anyways. I mean, they should be starting the finals anyways. So to scrap the season anyways, do we really need a 2020 championship? I mean, look at college basketball. There technically isn't a 2013 NCAA tournament because Louisville hired some strippers to please some kids. But hey, so technically there's no 2013 college championship. So why does there need to be a 2020 NBA championship?
You know what? I've got a sriracha for you. I've got one for you. All right. So ESPN came out today and said that I cannot believe the stupidity of ESPN. And I almost want to say they're just trying to stroke Tom Brady's ego. But they came out and said, going into 2020, Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are the best wide receiver duo in football.
They didn't.
They did. They did. How? Why? Because of Tom Brady? if that is your reasoning, you are sadly mistaken. There are way better wide receiver duos. Hell, even with Dak Prescott at the helm, Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup are a better wide receiver duo for the Cowboys than Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. I'm sorry.
I mean, I did a poll, or I did a visual on our Facebook, and I had Tom Brady in the top 5 quarterback class going into 2020, but I don't think he can make Mike Evans and Godwin the best duo in the NFL.
No.
Shoot. We should do a graphic on that. Who is the
We
most
should.
overrated wide receiver duo in the NFL? And Mike Evans and Godwin would be up
Don't
there.
get me wrong. I understand where they're coming from, right? Because Tom Brady, I'm not going to say Tom Brady made those receivers in the Patriots.
No, say it. Tom Brady made the receivers.
No.
Shit,
Bill Belichick put them in the right situations.
but
okay.
Tom Brady does. Any coach can put somebody in the right position. I put my players in position to do right every game. But
So
I'm
you're
not out
saying,
there,
wait.
Go over that
Because
way,
the
buddy.
Patriots, besides Randy Moss, the Patriots and Edelman, that's it. I mean, they really didn't have a bunch of like high-profile wide receivers. So you're
I
saying,
wouldn't say Edelman was a high profile.
yeah. So you're saying Tom Brady makes those people better, like.
Tom Brady made Julian Edelman. Tom Brady made Wes Welker. Tom Brady made Gronk. I want to even go out and say that Tom Brady made Gronk as well. And
I wouldn't say that. Gronk is an animal. Gronk is.
He would not be as
Man.
effective if he wasn't in the quarterback system that the Patriots have.
You're crazy.
We will see in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, we're gonna see Gronk, an amazing tight end. Gronk can go to any team and be a very good tight end for anybody.
He can be
Guaranteed.
very good, but he's not going to be the best.
No, he'll be elite too. Is Gronk Gronkowski, and he's arguably maybe one of the best tight ends of
You
all
want me to
time.
hit that dump button on your mic right there. Just dump you out because you are talking out of your mouth right now.
No, son, no. You know, Gronk can block. He can go to those 5-yard outs and ins and curls, but he can also go for those deep routes. He can dude, Gronk is the man.
Jameson, welcome to the live feed here, and we're not saying that Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are not bad receivers. I'm not saying that whatsoever.
No.
A guy would put them probably in in the top 10, top 2. The top 10 receivers in the NFL, what I'm trying to say here, but I'm not saying they're the best duo out there. There is no freaking way.
No.
You can probably name 6 duos better than them right now. Well, I'm not going that far. I'm going to say 3 duos for sure. So, but one last sriracha before we head to break. Packers running back Jones is wanting a bigger contract deal. We're getting ready to debate this in a little bit, but he is wanting Christian McCaffrey type of money, like a 4-year, $64 million. He basically wants $10 to $16 million a season. Man, get out of here with this crap. You're making $2 million to run the rock. Fucking just do it. God, those athletes are burning me inside. I want $210 billion, right? Like, come on, man. Come on.
Pretty soon we're going to hear Dak Prescott ask for Amazon money.
Yeah, whatever.
I need to be Jeff Bezos.
Guys, we're going to take a quick break here. Join us on the other side of the break. We're going to debate, are running backs really worth the money? Is it a Dak or a Zeke versus Christian McCaffrey type of night? Or what exactly is going on? So join us after the break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Just for Clicks, guys. This is Michael Blackeister, live, raw, and uncut sports talk with my man, Mike LeBlanc, as always. If you guys are new here to the Facebook page or YouTube page, consider liking and subscribing to that page. Comment down below. We are always reading the comments throughout the show, and sometimes if you have a worthwhile comment, we will bring it on. Also, if you miss any part of the show, join us at rtfsportsnetwork.com at the noon hour, Monday through Friday. And if you can't tune to that, we are on iTunes as well, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. So as I alluded to before, Mike, before we headed to break there, we are getting ready to talk about are running backs worth the money in the NFL in this day and age? Just to throw out some numbers for you in the last couple of years, Ezekiel Elliott signed a 6-year, $90 million, $15 million a season with the Dallas Cowboys. And then Christian McCaffrey trumped that in this offseason, signing a 4-year, $64 million, basically $16 million a year. So it's first things first, are running backs worth the money in this day and age?
Yes. They 100% are. I was waiting for you to open your mouth with some garbage that just came out. Yeah, no, they are. They're 100%. They are. If they're an elite talent like Zeke, Nick Chubb, Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, if they're those kind of elite players that you can kind of put the game on their shoulders too to go in it, yeah, hell yeah, they're worth the money. I believe Zeke is every bit worth that $90 million. Yeah, you laugh it up, Buttercup.
As the crowd laughs at you, what?
Zeke is making $16 million a season. I think that's perfect. Yeah, pay him that money. And not only that, he signed a 6-year contract for that. He didn't sign a 3, 4, 5-year deal. He signed a 6-year deal for that. And mind you, he's already restructured his deal one time to help Amari Cooper stay on the team. You want to talk about a team player? Zeke restructured his deal. But, we got Mr. fucking Dak Prescott who just wants Amazon money. I'm going to get off that. But, yes, 100%.
Okay,
if they're an elite talent, it opens up the passing game, for one.
It must be trash day because Mike LeBlanc is filling up my trash can full of 100% trash. Trash is coming out of your mouth right now. Ezekiel Elliott restructured his contract because he knows he has to have Amari Cooper to remotely have a successful season. If he wants 65 yards a game, he needs Amari Cooper on the field. So he had to restructure.
No, of course. Any running back needs a decent receiver on the outside.
So what I'm saying is they're not worth the money right then and there. Running backs are a dime
a
dozen in this day.
What are you talking about? How many times has Zeke gone on a screen? How many times has Saquon Barkley, Nick Chubb gone on the screen and took it to the house? Christian McCaffrey is the king of doing that. You're guaranteed.
But
you're guaranteed 14.
It is the system that they are in.
No. You're guaranteed 14 points a game with those guys.
Okay,
with that kind of talent,
you need 28 to win when your defense sucks because you're paying a running back $90 million. How are you going to pay anybody else on the team?
You restructure your deal, just like Zeke has done, and they put it all on the back end. And you know what? He's going to keep restructuring the deal, and you know what Jerry Jones is going to do? He's going to be like, hey, this is guaranteed money. Hey, this is guaranteed money. Or he's going to be like, hey, this is a signing bonus. We're going to take this off of the top. And he's just going to give him that cash. Bro, I'm telling you, an elite talent like Chubb, Zeke, Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, hell, Emmitt Smith, Jim Brown.
Okay, let me stop you right there. First of all,
they're all worth the money.
You put Chubb in an elite status. That is absolutely asinine right there. Zeke is a good running back. Saquon Barkley is a good running back. Christian McCaffrey is a good running back. But you know what? Who can replace those? 2 running backs with half that cost. They can sign rookie running backs for like $6 million. 2 of them to take up
those running backs.
Zeke and Christian McCaffrey.
No, those running backs don't see the field like these guys. They don't have that elusiveness. They don't have that football IQ like these guys do. Have you ever seen Saquon Barkley run the ball?
I've seen him get into
his vision
a lot.
But his vision, his vision is nice. Christian McCaffrey
This is pretty nice. He has 2 linebackers right there. Get
out of here. Christian McCaffrey, even his vision is phenomenal. You can't teach that shit. You can't coach it. So yes, those players, those elite players at the running back position, 100% deserve that money.
I will give you the football IQ, the vision and the elusiveness and just the overall football IQ. I will give you that. That might be worth a little bit of money, but let's be honest. Running backs last in the league for what, 4 years tops?
Yeah, exactly. So pay them because they're, you know what? On the offense, your running back is taking the bulk of the load.
Let me pay them for 4 years so my team sucks for 4 years because I can't sign anybody else, right?
Well, I mean, are you saying Zeke sucks? Because they've got Zeke for 6 years.
I'm not saying Zeke sucks, but Zeke is not as elite as you think he is, not without Amari
You are
Cooper.
crazy. You are crazy. You are crazy.
Zeke alone cannot carry that Dallas Cowboys team to the Super Bowl. He needs Amari Cooper. He needs CeeDee Lamb.
Name another running back in the league that can.
Name a Barry Sanders.
That's why they won a Super Bowl, right?
To the playoffs on a offensive line that could not start on any other NFL team.
How many Super Bowls Barry Sanders has?
They won 0.
Okay, then. So you can't say that.
Look who his quarterback was, Scott Mitchell.
So what? Look who the fucking Cowboys quarterback is, Dak Prescott. But Zeke still produces every single year.
Do you know why the Detroit Lions never made that Super Bowl? Because Barry Sanders was just good enough to keep them at that 7-9, 8-8 record year in and year out, so they can never draft that elite quarterback, that elite wide receiver to put them over that edge, meaning that he needed help to get to the Super Bowl. So running backs are not worth the money. I want to put my money in a receiver and an offensive line and a quarterback.
No, I'm not putting my money in a receiver.
Round.
Receivers are more of a dime a dozen than running backs. 100%. How?
You are talking about football IQ. How about route running? How about hands? How about pure size? That is not.
No, I get that. I get that. But guess what? That running back is taking hits every single play. Hits. Not talking about block or anything like that. The receiver is only getting hit when he gets thrown. That's it. But you know what? Just like Jameson said that you just popped on the screen. You're right. Most running backs are a dime a dozen, but the top few are definitely worth the money. Saquon Barkley, Zeke, Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, those guys are worth the money because they're going to be that workhorse for you.
Who is the backup running back for the Dallas Cowboys right now? His name, Pollard, right?
Yeah, Tony Pollard.
I would take Pollard and Kareem Hunt as a 1-2 duo in my backfield over Zeke, over Saquon Barkley, over Christian McCaffrey any day. You're still going to pay both of them. You're still going to pay both of them the same amount a season.
You'll pay them both what, $8-9 million a season? So now you're looking at $18 million a season for two people that you can have in one, like Zeke, Saquon Barkley.
What if one goes down? I still got
wait, hold on. You're telling me that Kareem Hunt and Tony Pollard put together are better than Saquon Barkley, Zeke, Christian McCaffrey? You're telling me that?
Better? No. Are they equivalent? Yes.
No, they're not the equivalent.
You want
no way.
Why? Let me tell you why.
Put Kareem Hunt on a 3rd and 1. I guarantee he's not going to fucking make a first down. He's going to get clean.
I seen it in Kansas City.
He's small. With Zeke, Saquon, 3rd and 1, we got that. Okay. It's guaranteed.
Okay,
with those guys.
Okay, let's go ahead and play your scenario over here. Zeke gets that 3rd and 1, right?
Yeah.
And let's say Kareem Hunt doesn't get that 1 yard. He gets a half a yard. So we are 4th and a half yard. I put a fresh running back in and run that same play. I'm going to get it. If I don't get it with Zeke and just get that half yard and run that same play again, he is not going to give me 100% effort because he is tired.
Zeke was only stopped 3 times last year on 31.
Because of why? The threat of wide receiver. I'm telling you.
Man, the Cowboys, just as much as I do, the Cowboys were predictable as hell last year with Jason Garrett. They were so predictable.
You can be predictable, but
every 1st and 10.
More people on the outside, you still have to respect it.
Yeah, you still have to expect it, but you're stacking the box at that point. You put a cornerback on Amari Cooper, and you double down with a safety or a free safety. So now you got him double covered, and you stack the box and stop Zeke, but you can't. You can't stop Zeke.
You are double covered, stacking the box. There are 15 guys on the field. That can't happen. You can stack the
What are you
box
talking
with
about?
the
You stacked the box with 7 people. What you talking about?
yeah. So how can you double the receivers there?
There's
We're
only
going to have
7
Amari
people. There's
Cooper on the
a,
other side. We're going to have CeeDee Lamb on the other side. You're still going to have 3 wide receivers.
yeah, now we're talking about this season, with CeeDee Lamb, but
Okay,
last
last year.
season all they had to worry about was Amari Cooper. So
They
you
still
double
had
down with a cornerback and a safety. You still got the other side covered because 9 times out of 10, if you're running the ball, you've got somebody in at tight end, and you only have 2 wide receivers on the field. Or maybe you run a double tight end set, and then now you only have 1 receiver on the field that you have to worry about. And when they did that every single time, when you got a double tight end, you know for a fact it's either going to be a wide receiver screen or it's going to be a run.
And that is not 100% true because if you look at the Dallas Cowboys 3rd and 1s, I remember 2 of them very distinctly here. They had Amari Cooper one-on-one with no safety over the top. If they run a RPO on that whatsoever, Amari Cooper is burning that guy 100% of the time.
That's a dumbass of a
ball.
defensive coach.
Dumbass. I mean, coach.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm not a defensive coach, but that's a dumb bonehead move on defense. I mean, I'm not saying anything, but I play Madden.
You are saying that it is predictable. So why not put 10 guys in the box when they have 3 tight ends and 1 receiver? I want to single him up one-on-one.
You still have to account for that receiver. You can't just be like, "Oh yeah, we know they're going to run the ball."
Yeah,
no, you can't do that.
One-on-one.
You have one-on-one with safety help, and you stack the box. But anyway, regardless, Zeke still makes that first down.
You give me
Saquon Barkley will still make that first down.
He will not make it.
Saquon Barkley, tree trunks for legs, will still make that first down.
Saquon Barkley will never get a first down on 3rd and 1 this season.
You are crazy.
Facts, son. You want to know why? Because running backs are a dime a dozen. They're overrated.
No,
now, if we were talking 1990s, back when you were 25, I mean, yeah, I gotta give running backs some money. I mean, sorry, that one little gray hair across your forehead just aged you a little bit. But so, guys, if you are just joining us, we are debating if running backs are a dime a dozen. If running backs are worth the money. Mike LeBlanc over there says they are. I'm on the flip side and says they're not. So, guys, in the comments, let us know if running backs are worth it or they're not. Just give us a hashtag worth it or hashtag not. We're going to take our final break of the segment, or of the show, I should say, and then we're going to come back and we are going to talk a little bit of sleepers. The New York Football Giants, will they go better than 8-8 and possibly win the division? Find out right after this. And welcome back to Just for Clicks, guys. Michael Buckheisen here with the live, raw, uncut sports talk with my man Mike LeBlanc. And Mike, that was fun. We had a nice little debate. And guys, we do that each and every show. If you guys want us to debate a topic, just go ahead and message us on Facebook. Hit us up on Twitter. I'm at mbuck41 on the old Twitter machine.
Yeah, message me on Facebook. Let us know what y'all want. We're here to give to the people.
I mean, even if me and Mike agree on something, I will let him know how wrong he is for being right. So
everybody knows, Mike, that I'm the one that's right. You're the one that's wrong, that just spews garbage out of his mouth.
Well, because I just took the trash out because it is trash day apparently. So, Mike, we are going to talk the New York Football Giants. If you guys are following us on Facebook, I made a little post and I said the New York Giants are possibly one of the sleepers of the NFL. I also had the Arizona Cardinals on there.
How can you say they're one of the sleepers? Did you smoke some crack today?
I just looked at their draft. They went offensive line to protect Daniel Jones and maybe give Saquon Barkley a chance to run the ball, earn his money because he's worth it, right? And then they also went linebacker and cornerback on the defensive side. I mean, they drafted 4 linebackers and a cornerback. or two cornerbacks and a safety. So they basically have a rookie defense on that side of the ball. Pretty exciting.
Daniel Jones in the first 3 weeks is going to throw 9 interceptions, and in comes Colt McCoy.
In comes Colt McCoy. Sheesh. Flashback to what? When was Colt McCoy at Texas? What was that, like 2008, 2009?
Yeah,
Something like that?
yeah.
Hey, he was a damn good college quarterback. I'll give him
He,
that.
he really was, man. You know what really pisses me off about Colt McCoy, though?
What's that?
When we were playing against Alabama in the national championship, he hurt his shoulder. He went in halftime and just laid down because he wanted to protect his NFL career. Like, man, I get it, but that says something about you as a man. You just
Does
go
it?
in there and lay down.
Did you not listen to my sriracha? Damian Lillard is sitting out his NBA season because he doesn't want to get injured.
Yeah, but he's in the NBA. He's in the league already.
So Colt
I'm
McCoy was projected to go in the first round, and if he would have got hurt, he would have went fourth and fifth round and probably not have made a team.
He wasn't not projected. He was projected like a second, third round quarterback.
Well, I'm just like I got to know what he was projected at, but I'm just saying. But
No, I mean, I knew he wouldn't have a successful like NFL career. I knew he would always be a backup. But I mean, you could have won that national championship before us, homie.
well, Texas will never win another national championship.
Shut your mouth.
Vince Young was all you guys had. So
No.
hey, let's debate that next time we're on the show.
Yeah, we should. Let's debate Texas.
Who was a bigger bust? Texas
Ooh.
Longhorns with post Vince Young, who was at Major Applewhite, or Colt McCoy, who was a bigger bust?
No, yeah, we should debate that. Let's do that.
But let's go ahead and jump into the New York Football Giants schedule. They open up on Monday Night Football at home, taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is that double hitter, so it's an early game. We're talking about 7 o'clock East Coast time. So who do you got in this one?
I got the Steelers in this game.
Even though you're taking Giants, like they're at home on Monday.
Yeah,
You don't even know if Big Ben's going to be healthy.
I don't give a shit. It's the Giants.
Give me the New York Football Giants. They are upsetting the Pittsburgh Steelers on Monday Night Football, starting the season off right. The first Monday Night Football game. This is probably going to be the only Monday night game that I get to watch the entirety of because they get over like at 11:30 at night, which is absolutely asinine. But I digress on that. Give me the New York Football Giants. Daniel Jones is going to throw 4 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley is going to run for 2. Going to run all over that Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Ben Roethlisberger is back, but not healthy yet. Simple as that.
Crazy, son. Crazy.
But
There's just like a lot of garbage coming out of your mouth tonight.
moving on to week number 2, they travel to Chicago to take on which quarterback we don't know at this point, but the Chicago Bears.
I've got the Giants in this game. Like I've said in the past shows, Chicago Bears are a dumpster fire, man. They don't know who they want to go with. If they have Trubisky in this game, then it's definitely the Giants. Trubisky throws like 3 picks. Yeah, I've got the Giants winning this soundly, 28-10.
Yeah, I am a big believer of home teams early in the season, but the Chicago Bears, you've said it, and I am not sold on them whatsoever. They are a 3 to 4 win team as currently constructed without Cam Newton or Aaron Rodgers on that team. But give me the New York Giants starting the season off 2-0. It is going to be a close one. 17-14, 17-16 tie-up a score. A late push, a late drive by Daniel Jones to win the game. Moving on to the next week, they're back at home, taking on the San Francisco 49ers, 1 p.m. kickoff on Fox. Who do you got?
Yeah, I got the 49ers in this game. That defense is going to be way too much for the New York Football Giants. Way too much. I think Daniel Jones really gets rocked a lot in this game. I think Joey Bosa gets to him at least 3 or 4 times. I know they drafted offensive line to help protect Daniel Jones. But again, this is only the 3rd game into the season without the offseason and being normal and everything like that. This team doesn't have enough time to really vibe and really click together. That 49ers defense is going to be all over Daniel Jones.
Okay, so first things first is they play at 1 o'clock. West Coast team traveling to the East Coast. Listen to the show, guys. You know the numbers. You know the facts. They lose 75% of the time. Bosa might get to Daniel Jones 3 or 4 times. Yeah, I agree. But do you understand that Daniel Jones gets the ball out in under a second every time he throws the ball? He's 6'6", 230 pounds. He can take little Joey Bosa's little hit. Give me the New York Football Giants. They're going to upset the San Francisco 49ers because of the 1 o'clock game at home. West Coast traveling to East Coast. Daniel Jones is going to come into his own. Daniel Jones might freaking win the MVP this season because he's going to be playing such good football.
You are crazy. Hey, everybody that's watching and that's listening in, I promise you, come week 3 when the 49ers murder the New York Football Giants, that show that night, I will call our boy Mike Buckheiser out and make him eat his words. He's going to have to regurgitate that garbage that he's spitting out.
I am timestamping this 10:15 on May 27th. Guys, New York Football Giants start 3-0. They beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, beat the Chicago Bears, and beat the 49ers. This might be the hardest 3 games of anybody in the NFL schedule, and they're starting off 3-0. Riding high, MVP Daniel Jones, first 3 weeks of the season. Going on to week number 4, they travel to LA to take on the Rams. Sorry.
That's a later game. So I've got the Rams winning this game at home.
Chargers, I'm sorry.
No, it's the Rams.
Is it?
Yep, it's the Rams.
I forget what their freaking new logo is. Yeah, it is the Rams. I'm sorry. It looks like the does that logo not look like a Chargers?
Yeah, a little bit. It does. But yeah, I got the Rams in this game.
1-3.
Jared Goff goes off in this game, and it's their offense is just going to be too much, I think, for that Giants defense. I'm not expecting a whole lot out of that Giants defense this season. So yeah, I've got the Rams in this game.
Do we know where the Rams are at? Are they in rebuild mode? Are they tanking? Like do we
I don't think they're in rebuild. I don't think they're in rebuild. I don't think they're in full rebuild mode. Yeah. I do think they're missing some key pieces on that offensive line.
They traded away Todd Gurley to the Falcons, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, who's going to be their answer at running back? Their secondary is kind of suspect, but, you know, I don't think that, like I said, I don't think they're in full rebuild mode. I think they're just missing a few key pieces to get back to, you know, playoff contention and Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah, the problem with the Rams is they are in the toughest division in NFL with the Seahawks, 49ers, and Cardinals. So they have to win these, quote, easy games. However, the New York Giants are not an easy game. They might start 4-0 if it wasn't for the Rams being at home. I got the Rams winning this game. Jared Goff earns his $105 million contract that he has. Absolutely asinine contract, by the way. Talk about overrated right there, Jared Goff.
About time you come to your senses.
But yeah, they're 3-1 to start the season. First 4 weeks of the season, you have 1-3.
Yes, sir.
Traveling to the next week number 5, to take on the Dallas Cowboys, America's team. Who do you got?
I think when we broke down the Cowboys, I had the Giants winning this game, and I still have the Giants winning this game. For whatever reason, the Giants always play the Cowboys really, really good in Cowboys Stadium. So yeah, man, I think this is one of the games, especially with being a division rivalry for the Cowboys. I think this is the game where everybody really starts calling for Dak Prescott's head, and Red Rocket is right there waiting. And I think the Giants beat the Cowboys in this game.
So you have them 2-3 on the season, beating a division foe. And I like what you said about the Giants always play well to the Cowboys. Yes, they always step up. This is a rival game. They play each other twice a year. But also they had Eli freaking Manning, the greatest Cowboy killer of them all. For whatever reason, he had that special juice. Eli Manning could be throwing 6 interceptions in like a game, but he shows up to the Dallas game. He's going to throw for 6 touchdowns. But they don't have Eli Manning anymore. They have Daniel Jones. And I don't think Daniel Jones is ready to step into that limelight to take on a division foe like the Dallas Cowboys, especially since Andy Dalton will be starting. This will be his first game starting as a Dallas Cowboy. And the team is just going to be rallying around him. They're going to lose this game. It's going to be close, 28-24 type of score. I have them 3-2 on the season. LeBlanc is at 2-3. Jameson over there is in the chat having that 1-4. Man, what does this guy talk about? Sheesh. Moving on to the next week, they're back at home, taking on quite possibly the worst team in the NFL, the Washington Redskins. Who do you got?
Yeah, I've got the Giants winning this game. I don't even think the Redskins know who the hell they are. I don't even think they know who they really want to start at quarterback this season. So, yeah, give me the Giants. The Redskins are just too confused.
Yeah, speaking of that quarterback situation, by this week 6, we might see if Daniel Haskins is a bust like Ryan Leaf, to be honest. I don't know if he has it, what it takes to be a NFL quarterback. With that being said, though, the defense, the front seven is pretty solid. They're going to take away that running game. They're going to force Daniel Jones to throw the ball. We are going to see what Daniel Jones is all about. We're going to show that MVP caliber Daniel Jones from the first 3 weeks. They're going to beat the Washington Redskins, moving them to 4-2 on the season.
If Alex Smith is starting for the Redskins, they might be a different team.
Yes. Alex Smith is a great game manager, a great leader, a great human being. So if Alex Smith gets some playing time, I bet you every game that he plays, the Washington Redskins win. I guarantee it. But moving on to the next week, they travel to Philly to take on the Eagles. This is a Thursday night game, division rivalry. Who do you got?
Short week against a division rival. Give me the Eagles. They're playing at Lincoln Field too. Yeah, give me the Eagles.
Yeah, give me the Eagles as well. The Eagles should be healthy still at this point. Carson Wentz shouldn't be throwing too many interceptions. Heck, I had Carson Wentz as a top 10 quarterback in our debate that we had a couple days ago. So I really anticipate Carson Wentz having a good game, 3 touchdowns, and just say overall non-showing up game for the New York Football Giants, unfortunately. Moving on to the next week, another prime-time game, but they have 10 days to prep for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home. This is the second time the Giants have the Monday Night Football. What the heck is going on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I believe I picked when we did Tampa Bay. I picked the Bucks to win this game.
Yeah,
and I still think the Bucks were going to win this game. This is you're going up against the air quotes the GOAT, Tom Brady. I think it's just too big for Daniel Jones. It's too big of a spotlight for him. Especially being on a Thursday night. It's the only game on that night. So all eyes on you. I think the moment is too big for him, and I think the Buccaneers come away.
and I'm the exact opposite. I don't think the moment is too big for him. He has already played a Monday night game this season versus the Steelers. Whooped that butt. He played on the Thursday night game, which is just like a Monday night game, the only game on.
No. But it's not against the GOAT.
What's that?
Not against the GOAT.
Well, I don't know who the GOAT is. Are you talking about Mike Evans?
The GOAT, air quote, the GOAT.
But if you guys were listening to the show, I did pick the Giants to win this game. They are not going to lose a Monday night game, especially to Tom Brady and the Patriots and the Bucks. They are going to show up. They're going to play on up on ladders. They're going to need skillsters so freaking high. Giving them 5-3 on the season. Moving on to the next week, Sunday afternoon game. They travel to Washington to take on the Redskins. Who do you got?
Noon game. I've got Washington winning this game. I think they split it. I mean, regardless if Washington doesn't know who they are, even still at this point, I mean, it's a division game, right? And we all know in every division, when you play a division rival, when you play somebody in your division, you know how to play them. So it's going to be a good game no matter what. But I've got the Redskins winning this game, and they win by a field goal within the last 5 seconds of this game.
Yeah, and if you look at their past 5 games here, this will be their 4th division game in 5 games. They are mentally and physically wore out at this point. They are hoping for a bye week. And if they were playing the Washington Redskins later in the season, I would give the Giants a sweep 100%. But the fact that they're playing them so close together and before the halfway point of the season, I'm giving the Redskins to win and this one, making them 5-4 on the season. You having that 3-6 going into Week 10 at home versus the Eagles. Who do you got?
So Giants are playing at home versus the Eagles. The Giants, like the Giants play the Cowboys in Cowboys Stadium really good. The Giants always play the Eagles really well, and at was it MetLife, right? MetLife Stadium.
Yeah, I believe so.
So I've got the Giants winning the game, upsetting the Eagles in this game.
Moving you to 4-6 on the season, and I'm on the exact opposite game of this. I think the Eagles sweep the Giants this year, giving them a 500 record going into the bye week. Just the 5 division games in six weeks. That's hard on any team. The NFL did not give the Jewish Giants any favor going this part of the schedule. Week 11 they have a bye week, and then week 12 they're on the road to take on the Bengals. Who do you got?
I got the Giants, or actually, sorry, I got the Bengals in this game. Joe Burrow, by this time of the season, he's got everything he needs. They're firing on all cylinders. That defense is starting to come alive. I've got the Bengals winning this game, man.
Yeah, as high as the Giants were to start the season, how hot they were, would have had them 4-1 the first 5 weeks to start the season. They are crashing back down to reality, and they are being the Giants that we knew the last couple of seasons. I think they lose to Cincinnati. If this game was at home, I think they would beat the Bengals, but it's at Cincinnati. Joe Burrow, just Joe freaking Burrow, right? I mean, he is going to pull out some type of wins this season, and one of them is going to be against the Bengals. Moving on to the next week's first week of December, they are going to travel again to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Who do you got?
Traveling to Seattle, and you're playing Russell Wilson and company. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. Seattle Seahawks in this game.
Yeah, I'm picking the Seahawks as I like as well. This schedule is not nice to the New York Giants at all. They have a top 15 strength schedule throughout the season, even after going like 4-12 last season. So definitely didn't do them any favors. Russell Wilson just too much for that young New York Giants defense in the end. Moving on to the next week, they're at home to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Who you got?
I've got the Cardinals winning this game. Kyler Murray has a damn good game this one. I think this is one of the games where he uses his legs quite a bit, and he rushes for like 100 yards, and he throws for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns and rushes for 1. I think Kyler Murray really shows his ass in this game.
I think Kyler Murray really shows his ass by flopping on his butt in the snow.
No.
It is mid-December in New York, and they're from Arizona. Who wants to go to New York when you're from the South, especially in December? Absolutely nobody. Kyler Murray's small hands, his short stature, hell, the snow might be taller than Kyler Murray come this game. Give me 6'6" Daniel Jones in the snow. He is going to throw the ball all over the field on the Arizona defense, making them 6-7 on the season. Mike, you have them at 4-9. Going into week number 15, they're at home taking on the Cleveland Browns. Who do you got?
I go back and forth with this game because with Baker Mayfield, it's either he's all the way there or he's not. If he shows up, I think Nick Chubb is going to run all over that defense. I've got the Cleveland. Give me the Cleveland Browns in this game.
Giving you 4-10 on the season so far. I've been going back and forth on this game as well. Looking at the Cleveland Browns schedule, I think they're going to be like the Las Vegas Raiders. They're either going to be really freaking good, 13-3, or really freaking bad, 3-13. I don't think there's no mediocrity point for them this season. And unfortunately, I think the Browns are going to be fairly good. So I have the Browns going into MetLife Stadium, beating the Giants 17-14, making them 6-8 on the season on Michael Buckheischer's side. Moving on to the last weekend of December, traveling to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Who do you got?
That's not even a question. Lamar Jackson single-handedly can beat the Giants. You know why? Because he's a freaking elite quarterback, and he's not a running back that's a quarterback, Mike. That's why.
Guys, stay tuned.
He goes
to
off
our
in this
Facebook
game.
page.
He goes off on this game, man. 100 yards rushing, 250 yards passing, 3 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. Lamar Jackson gets it done. And not only that, the Ravens are playing at home. at home, they are going to wax the floor with the Giants.
It all
Look for this
depends.
to be a high scoring game, like 30 something to like 10 or 14.
It all depends on how the Ravens are doing throughout the season this year. Are they 14-1 at this point, or sorry, are they 13-1 at this point? 12-2 maybe. Do they have first seed locked up like they did like this last season, like the last 2 weeks of the season? I'm not for sure. We have we broke down the Ravens. I can't remember for sure, but
No,
I do have the Ravens winning this game because Lamar Jackson is a good quarterback in the months of September, October, November, and December. And this game is December 27th, which means it is in the month of December, so he will be a good quarterback still, right? There you go. You pick it up what I'm putting down. Give me the Baltimore Ravens. They do win this game 28-7. Saquon Barkley breaks a long run at the very end of the game to get them off that goose egg. Moving on to the last game of the season, January 3rd at home versus America's team, Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, give me the Cowboys. By this time, Red Rocket is firing on all cylinders. He's acclimated to that offense. He's acclimated to Mike McCarthy's system. I do think the Cowboys missed the playoffs, but with the Red Rocket plan, it gives them a lot to look forward to in the 21 season. I think this is a hands down win by the Cowboys. It's just playing for pride at this point between two teams, and the Cowboys take this game.
Did I hear you right? The Cowboys are missing the playoffs?
Yeah, Cowboys.
You are absolutely wrong, Mike LeBlanc.
Nah, Cowboys go 8-8, 7-9 this season, man.
They go 9-7 and win the division, but the Giants do win this game because the Cowboys already have the division locked up. They already have 4 seed locked up. There is no way they can move up or move down. They played Dak Prescott in this game because they don't want to get Andy Dalton hurt moving into the playoffs. So give me the Giants in this final game of the season because the Cowboys don't play anybody. Zeke doesn't play. Amari Cooper doesn't play. CeeDee Lamb doesn't play. The only starter that plays is Van Der Esch. Only one. So
I think I think they're just playing for pride at that point. Eagles are going to win this division this year, sadly.
Well,
much as it pains me to say, it hurts. I'm hurt.
As of right now, I have the New York Giants going 7-9, and you have them going 4-12. Guys, in the comments, let us know which one is more realistic. I mean, because I think the Giants are going to be a sleeper team. Does that mean they're going to make the playoffs? No, it doesn't mean they're going to make the playoffs, but it means they're going to get more than 4 wins. People are going to be sleeping on them, and they're going to come up and bite them in the butt. Giving them 7-9. I mean, that is a pretty respectable season there at 7-9.
If you were a respectable team, that would be a respectable, but they're not a respectable team. So 4-12 seems more realistic.
So look, like now, since we broke down the schedule here, that second quarter part, or like the second part of the season there, when they play the Cowboys and then the Redskins and then the Eagles and the Bucks and then the Redskins again, I mean, that is a tough part of their schedule. I mean, they're playing potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 playoff teams and a 6-week span.
After their bye?
No, before their bye. They've got
the Steelers, who's a playoff team, 49ers, who are a playoff team, Rams, possibly a playoff team, the Eagles, a playoff team, Buccaneers, a playoff team, Seahawks are definitely a playoff team, Arizona Cardinals could be a playoff team.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they do. The only playoff team, the only non-playoff teams on their schedule are the Cowboys, the Bengals, the Redskins, and the Bears. Everybody else is potential, playoff teams.
Yeah, and I still think the Cowboys are a playoff team still. Like, I think the Cowboys and Eagles both make it from that division. The Redskins aren't a playoff team. The Bears are definitely not by any means, and the Bengals aren't. But everybody else on their schedule, I think has a pretty good probability of making the playoffs. The Giants easily, looking at it, probably have the hardest schedule in the NFL this season. Yes, I know the numbers say otherwise. Don't hate me about that, but numbers lie. My eye test is telling me that the playing 4 non-playoff teams mean that is a tough schedule.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mike. Like, if you go back and look at all the games that we broke down over the past couple weeks, this is probably the hardest schedule that we've broke down that a team has of opponents. I mean, they're almost their whole schedule, with the exception of 3 teams, in my opinion, are, playoff teams. So, yeah, it's going to be a hard road for the Giants, and that's why I don't see them getting anything done. I really honestly see them going 4-12. Daniel Jones still needs to develop some more. That defense still needs a lot of help on the back end. Yeah. Their offensive line, I know they drafted offensive line. They went real heavy in the draft, but, this is their first year. And it sucks because we don't have an offseason, the OTAs, and, we don't have that regular offseason, so it doesn't get them acclimated to the game. So I think it'll take a little longer for them to actually get used to, one, the speed of the game, just the mental part of the game, everything like that. So, but I do think the Giants in 2021, I do think they'll be a lot better. Jones will be a hell of a lot better for it too. He'll have a better line to block for him. The only thing they really got going for him is, Nick Chubb.
Yeah, as a
not Nick Chubb, sorry, Saquon Barkley.
If I was a Giants fan, I would be pretty upset about the whole COVID-19 thing, actually, because you guys do have a lot of pieces that just need to be molded, and this year's kind of going to be a wash, I think. Even though I do think you are going to go 7-9, that is, like, I'm not going to lie, that is a reach for 7-9. Re-looking at the schedule here, I might go on Mike LeBlanc's side here and going 4-12, but it is that.
That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning.
And it is time for the 2-minute warning, guys. And my 2-minute warning here is basically I am going on vacation with my wife and family here the next week or so, and quite frankly, I'm not excited. I'm not even going to lie about it. I am not excited. It is stressful packing the car. It is stressful packing the dog up. It's stressful packing the kids up. Am I going to bring enough underwear? Am I going to bring enough socks? How can I check out ESPN's trash when I'm in the middle of the freaking mountains? How can I check on Mike LeBlanc's dumpster coming out of his mouth if my toes are in the sand? I can't. I can't. And quite frankly, it is very upsetting. But I'm going to make the best of it. I mean, because I have to. Because my wife says so. So that is going to be it for tonight's show, guys. Like I said, we'll be back Monday night. Me and Mike LeBlanc, live, raw, uncut for Sports Talk right here on the Facebook Live page. But before
yes, sir.
Mike, anything?
And before we head out, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button on Facebook if you're watching this from Facebook Live. Wherever you're watching this from, make sure you subscribe. RTF Sports Network. We are the best #1 show just for clicks. Mike and Mike in the afternoon. The best sports show on talk radio. Let's go.
Have a good day, y'all.